Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ian, and we are back finally with more Superman and Lois. Last we left off kind of an unfortunate cliffhanger that really pissed me off, considering it was going to be a long wait until the show came back, but it's finally here. They're finally back. So yeah, freaking Tag just comes back from whatever, assumedly, school that Sam said that they sent him to. Whether the government knows about it or Morgan Edge did something, or I don't know. He attacked Jordan. I believe in that same episode, Jonathan, he got dumped, sadly, unfortunately, and sadly. And then kind of went down a bit of a very small slope. Kind of came out of it pretty quickly because of Sarah and thanks to his brother Jordan. They're both just such a great family together. Let's see, what's his Lex, Elise, or I'm gonna say Lex for now until they say a different name. But no, not you, Alexa. Alexa, stop. Yeah, he married Lois on his Earth, if that's what's going on with. I'm assuming it's his Earth, multiverse kind of thing. I want to know. I need this answered. Like, what is going on? How is he brought here? And at least in Batwoman, whenever there were two different Alices or two different Beths, I guess they couldn't exist on the same Earth. So, I mean, we haven't seen John Cryer's Lex have any kind of headache? At least, I don't think so. I haven't seen the latest episode. Whoopsie. Yeah, Lex is married to Lois on this Earth, on his Earth. What else happened? Oh yeah, freaking I can never seem to remember his name. Kyle, I think his name is. The Lana's husband noticed, the fire disappearing, and then Frost left. So I'm wondering if he's gonna find out about Clark, perhaps. Hopefully that won't be bad. Maybe he'll understand. I don't know. And also, with Morgan Edge has been he's wanted to use, I'm assuming, Lana as another specimen for his Kryptonite X, or x-kryptonite, whatever it's called. Derek blew up the son who was thought to have disappeared, which he probably had. He died. Then they brought him back as what he was until he blew up. So that's gonna suck when she finds that out. If she finds that out, I don't know what they're gonna tell her. You think that's it? It's been a minute since I'm pretty sure they'll recap, but you have a pre-recap.
You better tell me how to fix it. Superman, I'm not gonna hurt you. Wait! Are you okay? Are you okay? Can't do it!
Uh-oh. Dude, that's kind of cool. Come on. What the heck, dude? Experience. That was so smooth. Oh, the hearing.
You okay?
Super hearing.
Yeah, it's just a headache.
Flaring. And that's bad enough. Normal hearing. Well, he didn't know where she was going.
What? Hey, Jordan. What's going on? Hey.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh dear, oh lord, oh boy. Oh, good.
You need to tell Dad. You might need to go to the fortress to figure out what's wrong. We can't tell Dad, all right? Jordan, you need to tell him. Look, if we tell Dad, he won't let me play football tomorrow.
Yeah.
John.
But
Let me have this.
that's not what this...
Those Metropolis guys, Woodrum, Carter, Campana, they made my life hell. Just let me shut them up.
Oh!
Ouch.
Oh!
Thanks, Dad.
Yep, okay.
Imagine this big log is Cutter's face. And he's just laughing at you. Pop him. You got it.
Now.
Oh, it's so freaking. Oh, this same video.
That's where the boys' football game is tomorrow.
Oh, Jonathan.
We have a plan to put this monster back in his cage.
It's not a monster, Sam. He's a kid. Nobody's helping him. He's scared.
Helping? He attacked my grandson.
It's my son. I know how that feels.
Just like grade school.
Oh boy. Don't kill him. Don't break him. Uh-oh, power flare. And down there.
Looks like the Crows quarterback is hurt.
It means we got Jonathan to go in. Brother. Yes.
You like that, Cutter?
Alright.
You've always been my friend. You stick up for people when you know something's unfair.
Wait, no! Oh! Uh-oh. Yo!
Looks like a fight has broken out midfield.
Oh, come on, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan,
Focus.
Hold it in.
He's covered.
let it out right now.
He's an idiot if he can't see.
Whoa, he is not an idiot. Okay. He promoted you after all. Right? Listen, babe, you gotta know I'm real proud of you. I mean, you are the brains of this family after all. We all know that.
God dang it, Kyle, make me
deserve
like
to
you.
be happy.
I'm so easily swayed by sappy emotions.
Were there any symptoms, any signs, something that would have made you think that this was coming?
Look, Dad, you're thinking about this too much. I had a moment, all right? Jordan.
Thank you, Jonathan.
That's not 100% true.
John.
What?
Jordan, he needs to know. Look, the first time that...
I didn't tell you because I knew you'd overreact. I knew you'd stop me from playing the game.
Yeah, and I would have been right.
So I'm just supposed to be punished for something that isn't my fault? This was my shot, Dad. This was my chance to show the D-bags at Metropolis who I am. You remember how they treated me, right?
Jordan, I know. And I get it, okay? I know what it's like to be picked on.
Yeah, but you get to grow up and you get to be Superman. Who am I?
Got my hands on some schematics. What we want, it's just up ahead.
And how, may I ask, did you manage to just
I have an
peek at
AI
like
computer.
Amcor's top?
And there it is.
No, the story
Crap.
is on what's in these walls,
That's what he wanted. Crap, I
What is
forgot. He wants kryptonite.
otherwise known as x-kryptonite.
You know, what does that do to...
X-kryptonite?
Does it do anything to Superman?
Kryptonite. There is your story, Miss Lane.
Too bad no one's gonna read it.
Jordan, you're not like mad at me, are you?
No. Just a little tired of being told what to do. That's all.
Well,
It's not like we're going clubbing. Liquor store's just up the street.
that's never...
You know what? We won a big game. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Jonathan's the responsible one. I'm not that he hasn't been before. This is that laser vision or X-ray. Ooh, X-ray vision.
Come on.
Did another cartridge by chance. Oh god, she's gonna see it. No.
It's coming from Jordan. I think he did something.
I don't know anything.
Don't run! I'm here to help you.
You look awfully like their dad.
Hands like feet. There they are.
The Crows. The DOD is coming for you. I need you to trust me.
Bishop 6, stand down.
You can't do this.
You can't do this.
Stop! Take him out!
Stand down.
Fudge! Okay!
You put me in a bad position tonight.
You know, I thought about all the ways you might try to stop that boy. Never occurred to me you would actually use live rounds, let alone ones fitted with kryptonite.
You are armed to the teeth with the kind of weapons that would put you high on the FBI's most wanted list. And this security badge, I sent a photo to a friend of mine, and she said it's one of the best forgeries she has ever seen.
Yeah, and he also said that maybe I get full range of motion back. So.
I'm so sorry.
Just shut up, please.
I never meant.
Okay, but you did. You did, Jordan. You got emotional, and then I tried to step in the middle of it like an idiot, and now I have a broke-ass arm, and I'm probably never gonna play quarterback again.
That anger you felt that made you want to use your powers the way you did tonight, I have those feelings too.
Do?
Yes. But I keep them in check. When I first showed up in Metropolis as Superman, there was a lot of talk about what the world should do with someone who had powers like mine. And it took me a minute to realize that other people were more afraid of what I could do than I was. 20 years later, every time I use my powers, that trust is tested. Every time. Just today, in fact.
Probably not the best time to tell you I almost got killed tonight.
What?
I got into the mine with the help of this supposed journalist, Marcus Bridgewater, and he led me to something called x-kryptonite. Have you ever heard of that?
No, wait, back up. What do you mean you almost got killed?
I haven't put it all together yet. But yes, it does involve Tag and 2 other people, both of whom have been linked to Hedge. He's up to something. I just don't know exactly what.
Now that her daughter
I could help you figure out if, in fact, he was up to something dangerous or illegal.
I hurt John. Bad. I can still hear his bone snapping. He's my brother, and I did that to him.
It was an accident.
And Tag. She just wanted to end.
Jordan?
Clark! Oh, Clark!
Whoa! Oh, that was okay.
I had to get into the fortress.
That looks so cool, but God, it sucks. Oh, no! Okay. Okay. 1 episode back. I mean, I know it's a 6th episode. It's not like it's a new season, but God, this show's so good. I'm so happy it's back, but oh, I can't believe they've done this to me. Man, well, I mean, first off, it's freaking terrible what's happening to Jonathan right now. Like, what's going on with his abilities? Like, was it because of what happened with Taj, or was it already happening before? Like, but it was, maybe it was sped up, or I don't know. Like, what's caused it? Is it his powers just evolving? Because that's what Clark had said whenever they got back afterwards, after he after he saved his son, after he saved Jordan, sorry. He has to rush into the freaking fortress now. What's going on? And that's just, oh God, so much going on. These poor kids, man. One, Jonathan not having the abilities to protect himself from something if his brother flares up, as it did. And it's like that. God. That is, kid's got a lot of guts. He's a good, they're both such like good-hearted kids. They don't, like, the problem is with Jordan, he's been tormented by these dillweeds for years. Like, what is wrong with these kids in the first place? And that, I hope that's at the very least, I hope that scares the crap out of them. That his freaking broke his brother's hand when his brother tried to catch the punch. And so like it's not like it, you know, hit something hard like that. Like he hit, not that the hand's like super soft, but well, it is kind of. But you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like there wasn't anything really stopping it, but just like that, the force of his punch broke his brother's hand like that. I hope that puts something in them. God. But Jordan, first Jonathan might not even be able to be a quarterback anymore, and that could have messed up his school career, his high school career, and possibly what if he went on further than that. And he finally got a chance to play in the game. I hate that that's happened. Like that he has been benched for so long. Like usually they would at least try to switch things out. I think this might have been the kids, because it's from the sound of it, that was the first time he was put out there. He was like, "Coach, I know the plays, I know how they play. Give me a chance." I mean, he might have said the last part, but at the very least, you know, he was trying to convince him, "Hey, put me out there. I know the plays." Like he doesn't know that he knows the plays, or I'm sure he knows, but you know what I mean. Like giving him reasons to put him out there, like ridiculous. Like I'm pretty sure that they're supposed to rotate them after a bit. Like everybody's in high school at the very least. Everybody's supposed to get a chance. And then, God damn. But I'm just saying the fact that Jonathan knew what was going on, knew the possibility, and still caught his brother's hand, knowing what his brother could have done to Cutter, whatever this kid's name was. Like, I'll go into that in a moment. No, I'll go into it now. Before going into how Jordan's dealing with everything now, you know, when they were back at the hotel and Clark was, you know, was kind of reprimanding Jordan. Jonathan, you know, tells the truth about what had been going on, that he had another episode like he had on the field. And then afterwards, he kind of was like felt almost ashamed, or he probably did feel ashamed. Like he doesn't want to hurt his brother. He doesn't want to, you know, lose. He didn't want to lose his trust. You know, funnily enough, and you know, when he was like, "You're not mad at me, are you?" The kind of like the look on his face, and Jordan just like, "No, man, it's just tired. I'm just tired right now," and he felt sincere. Like he's like, "No, I'm not mad at you. You know, it's just been a long day, so that's why I kind of want to be a little more quiet." God dang it, man! If they had just stayed in the hotel, they're never just gonna. God, something. Like whenever he said, "I'm not like you," to Clark, I thought that was more so saying, my drive isn't necessarily to be a superhero. You know, this isn't what I'm wanting to do. This isn't what I'm feeling pulled to do. I thought that's kind of what that was for, which is fair. That you have powers doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a superhero, even if your parent is a superhero and one of the superheroes. But it was more. I guess it was more so saying that I'm not like you. I don't have the resolve you do. But maybe it was the first one, but he was like saying, Clark was bringing it up again, saying like, you know, we are alike. The what you were feeling, what you went through, I go through the same thing too. I have emotions that that flood, that rush out, the anger that you feel. I feel that, and we saw that. And Superman comes rushing at you and stops right there, eyes still glowing and angry looking. Your bowels been cleared, boy. That's terrifying. Even if you know he's on your side, that just like that instinctual fear of death being very possible right there in an instant. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, we're done. I'm sorry. Especially since you're the one that shot Superman with kryptonite lined bullets. Sam seemed regretful as like nearing the end of their conversation, and right as Clark left, he definitely felt like he wanted to say something. I don't know if it's his conversation or his interaction with Marcus, Lex, whatever his actual name is. I know Marcus is probably his cover name he gave to Lois, but it's a possibility that's his actual name because they have yet to say Lex. Whenever the AI was talking to him, it's like Captain Luthor. So I don't know, but so for now that we have a placeholder, I will say Marcus until proven otherwise, or until strictly they say Lex. But yeah, I'm wondering if that conversation that he had with Marcus, if that like swayed him a bit to have more because I mean we saw when he finally had the dog tags that Marcus gave him. Feels so weird. That Lex gave him. I can't really do it. I have to say Lex. Excuse me. That Lex gave him. It like a little bit later on, like he gave him he gave an order for a contingency to be put in place, and gave him the code that was what was it, like 4? I know it's like hell, but I can't remember what 4. Is it 377? That makes sense, but I don't know if that was. Anyway, point being is, I'm wondering. I don't think that he would have been that way if that he hadn't had the interaction with Lex in the first place. I don't know. But yeah, that was rough. That was terrifying to see. And I thought for a second that he was actually gonna like maybe not kill them. I don't think he'd kill them, but like he would at the very least like I don't know, maybe knock some of them out, shoot some of the guns, maybe something like that. But he kept it under wraps. He was struggling real hard that time. It wasn't just the fact that they shot kryptonite bullets at him. It was that they fired live rounds at the kid, who was confused, who was suddenly had these powers, desperate for an explanation, super confused, and you just. I mean, I get, General Lang is just, they attacked my. Oh, he used the excuse. I don't know if that's like the reason, but like saying he attacked my grandson. Like, yo, man, this is my son. I understand what you're feeling. I'm feeling it too, probably worse. But he is still just a kid, and he did not mean to do this, or he's not. He did want to hurt her. He was pissed, but he's like. He wants answers, and again, he's confused and he's unstable at the moment because of what something's going like this. It seems to have like made his mind a bit more just unstable, like I've said. That kind of seems weird going. I should have probably talked about it beforehand, but I didn't want to forget about this. But going again back to the whole thing with Jordan and Jonathan, the guilt and regret and pain that Jordan must be like that he is feeling, like I can't even imagine. Like he loves his brother so much, and they love each other so much, and he never would have done this. He never would have purposefully. Well, at this point, he never would have purposefully done anything like this to Jonathan, but. Unfortunately, he did, and he could have. He probably would have killed Cutter or whatever his name was. At the very least, he would have broken his jaw, or worse, depending on where he's gonna punch him. I feel like he's gonna punch him in the face. But with the Force 8, depending on where he hit him and how he hit him, he could have killed the kid. Jonathan's both Jonathan and Cutter are lucky that Jonathan caught the punch, and it didn't have as much, of a what's it called, a firm support, I guess, or really leverage. So it it stopped the punch, but it didn't it wasn't like that. There wasn't anything pushing back other than Jonathan. I think he caught like this, so it was kind of a weird angle. So probably messed up the arm a bit as well because of the jostle, how much force was put behind it. But he wasn't planted like right. It wouldn't have had it had more give, so it at least didn't obliterate his hand. Jordan actually heard his brother's bones break. Oh my god, like all that, just like feeling it, hearing it, seeing it, knowing you're responsible for that you're directly responsible for that. Oh, I can't. That's just seeing him like that, and then knowing what he put his brother through, and knowing that he might have ended his brother's possible career, and that he hurt his brother not just physically, but just hurt him like that. So with someone like Jordan, that's crushing. I'm sure Jordan rightfully is pissed off. Like, this is something that was really important to him, his football career, something he was really good at that might have just been taken from him. And after all, he's been like trying his best to support Jordan, and this happens. It's gonna take him a minute to recover from that. Like, not the breaking of it, like to recover from Jordan, just to actually be okay. I'm wondering what he'll think when he finds out what's going on with Jordan right now. If he comes back, if Jordan comes back fine, he might just play it off as like, hey, you're at least recovered. And unfortunately, Jordan also seems to he has some healing ability. I think we might have known about. I don't remember, but because Clark said his powers are evolving, so maybe that's coming. I don't know. But yeah, like if Jordan had any sense like healing ability, he definitely would recover. Maybe the doctor doesn't have that. Maybe Jordan has some latent ability like that, like it's slight. So maybe the doctor doesn't know for sure. Like maybe he's not taking that into consideration. I don't know. He's hoping, it's hopeful thinking. Oh my god, so much happened this episode. Jumping to like other things that like the with the whole Kryptonite X thing, or x-kryptonite, I think is what they called it. Either one of those. Lois now knows about it, as well as, I think anyway. Yeah, I think they mentioned it to Lana. Sorry, my brain is freezing for a second. Yeah, thanks to Lex, she was able to uncover it. And now I don't remember if that affects Clark in any particular way, because blue kryptonite, well, it does. It doesn't hurt him. If he were to have to wear it or hold it, his powers would be powers would be gone. He wouldn't be hurt though. I don't know if it has to be like if it's in proximity to him. I don't know if it'll affect him or not. But I'm somewhat surprised. I feel like Lex had to have known that she would have figured it out with what he wasn't being subtle at all. Like after like the badge thing was like kind of pushing it already. Just like, hey, I got these 2 badges, these something that would be really hard to come by. I got these 2 badges that were faked. He had to have known that she would like. I'm assuming she's exactly the same as she was on his planet. They're pretty close at the very least. The way he's I think talked about her about I think he was saying that she's exactly the same, just married to the wrong man or a different person or whatever he had said. She's gonna look into something that seems suspicious or hinky in any way. So, and he brings these freaking gadgets that would take out a souped up person, and that you can just excavate into the mind quickly, like a laser thing, and then use the freaking anti-Kryptonian wand or whatever on the guy. It's of the same type, I feel like, energy that he used on Clark. I was hoping her mentioning that would have like sparked something, but anybody could possibly have that kind of weaponry. I don't know, any kind of access to it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. I hope he finds out who that. I feel like that's not gonna happen anytime soon, per se. And I forgot how many episodes are even in this season. I think it's 16. So might be 15. I think there's only 15 episodes this season. So we got 8 more. Not 8 more. Sorry, Jesus Christ. 10 more. My brain is like really going right now. But they found out about that. They find out what Morgan Edge is hiding, what he's looking for, what he's doing here. Well, sort of. They know that he's. I'm pretty sure she knows that I think she knows that she at the very least knows that the lady, that she was working with back at the Daily Planet, that she's been souped up now, and I think she knows about the fact that, or at least putting it together, that this x-kryptonite is, the reasoning for why she has powers now. And luckily, I kind of figured, with what happened to Taj leading to Sarah being accidentally injured and then kidnapped, that would kind of lead to her agreeing to help Lois, because they're both. This whole thing seems to be connected to Edge. Obviously she said, so that nobody else gets hurt. I'm pretty sure she means that. Now that she sees evidence, even circumstantial, that people are getting hurt because of Edge, she wants to prevent more of that. But I'm pretty sure the fact that it has affected her family, I'm sure that didn't hurt to sway her a bit. And now she's going to keep Kyle out of that. I mean, I understand why. He probably won't be too agreeable to that. But, and I get why. It's unfortunate that I don't hate it. I mean, I don't want to hate Kyle. I didn't really particularly care for him before. Never hated him. He just kind of annoyed me. Even though I did still understand where he was coming from, it's even more so now. And now I'm starting to like him. He's wanting to be supportive of Lana, and he was understandably kind of disappointed that after kind of standing by Edge and speaking his praises and trying to help back him this whole time, that he would get at least an opportunity, that Kyle would get an opportunity, but he just kind of passed him over for Lana. And I like that he even kind of admitted, or not kind of, he admitted it straight up. He's it's silly. But I'm kind of disappointed that I wasn't at least considered for something. It's silly in the sense of, not being super excited for your wife, maybe, but or feeling jealous the fact that your wife had gotten this opportunity instead of you. But it's also understandable, because it's you worked hard for this as well, and you worked to kind of convince the town. But he, kind of seemed to get over that pretty quickly, and actually was pretty supportive of her. I understand where Marcus Kyle's coming from. A lot of the people haven't had jobs. One of his friends hasn't had one for 8 months, which is really rough. I can for sure imagine how that feels. And he's wanting his friends and the town to get better, and he wants, Kyle's, this is the reason he's standing by Morgan, is because, and he's kind of turning a blind eye to the possibility of him being behind certain things, because this is an opportunity for the town to get back on their feet. As Lana had said, the town, Lois didn't see what it was like for the town to dry up, essentially. So which is true. She never lived there. I don't think she had been there until she met Clark. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she had been, but not for an extended period of time. Jesus. The show can get me talking for a while. Those twerps. I know we've talked about them before, but for real, that should have been a straight up. That should have been a flag of something, They straight up dogpiled someone who wasn't a quarterback or a receiver or anything. Why are you focusing on this one guy who's protecting one guy? He's one focusing on many, and then you also became many focusing on one. Come on. That's kind of bull. Yeah, 13 to 30. Yeah, okay, guess 35. Duh. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, the Spartans. Yeah. No, I don't remember. Forgot the Crows or Smallville. But okay, yeah, 13 to 35. Man, they got screwed. There was no way for them to come back from that. But still, kind of, I mean, I guess that's probably why they didn't care. They're just like, yo, we're done. There's no way for us to come back in 27 seconds at the fourth quarter. So might as well just break all the rules and just dogpile this one kid because we're idiotic little twerps that don't have anything better to do. Yo, small thing that was just awesome though. Whenever Clark was chasing Taj in the first place, and one is really cool that Taj ran over the tracks and just broke them with the friction or whatever, the force of him running over the tracks. That was kind of cool and terrifying. You do not want to get walked over by him. But Clark, welded the pieces back together and then, kind of guided the train onto the track as it was falling back down. And the weight of it, pressed the railings back into place. That was really smooth. I mean, I'm sure it definitely didn't feel smooth for those inside. But much smoother than it would have been otherwise. They could have been dead or severely injured. At least some of them would have been dead. Maybe they might have just been severely injured. Depending on where it went afterwards, I guess. What I just realized, by the way, is that Sarah had ordered pizza. Zoe, I think, I keep forgetting, I'm not sure that's her name, or not, the little sister, went up to do something. And, Taz showed up, and I'm assuming after she got knocked out, immediately took Sarah. So Zoe was left alone for hours and unsure of where her sister went. And didn't call the parents, which, I mean, probably isn't always going to be the young kid's first thought. But, I mean, I guess, luckily she stayed home, is all I can say. She could have left looking for Sarah or something. I'm also not sure about, there's that theory of them being near each other and their powers working, but with, when Jordan was being attacked by Taj, the high-pitched thing was kicking in, and Jonathan wasn't there. I'm wondering if that's just more of if they're together, if for the thing to still be a thing, for the theory to still be intact. Is it if they're near each other, it boosts the powers? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they need to be near each other or not now. I mean, because it seemed like it was like that at first, but I don't know if that's the case now. Maybe it used to be, and then they've evolved to more to be able to be more on their own, perhaps. I did like the kind of mini training scene they had. Whenever it was out of not the focus of the scene when Clark was talking to Sam, we saw kind of Jonathan try it out to me. I was like, dang, poor kid couldn't do it. I do like that it was kind of that Jonathan that was able to help Jordan to kind of tap into his abilities more on his own instead of it just kind of triggering or flaring without intention. It was kind of first off, Clark was trying to, tell him how to focus on it and get your footing and just kind of really put into it or whatever he had said. I don't remember now. But Jonathan actually was like, hey, pretend this is Cutter's face and really lay into it. I like Clark afterwards. He's like, don't tell him that. That's not a healthy thing to have in mind when you're trying to use these abilities. You don't want it to be based on anger or rage, because when you're fueled by that can lead bad places, as Jonathan now sees. But it was cute though, because when he was successfully punched it, Clark was excited, and it was a proud father moment again. It was I just love those kind of family moment scenes that they get to have. The show's just so good with how it's doing the family thing. It's so good. It's something I really enjoy, and hope that they show a lot of that in this show. Because they just write it so well. It's not always the easiest for a CW show to do that. But I love the way they're doing it. I think that's all I have. I probably have missed talking about it, some things. If I do, I'll probably mention it in the notes or whatever throughout the video. If you guys stick around for the discussion, if you're still here now, then you would have seen all those notes if they came up. For now, guys, that's it for this week's episode of Superman and Lois. Almost forgot the show. If you want to stick around for the next episode, be sure to hit the subscribe button to be notified. Well, you probably need developers. But for Patreon stuff or any early access, go ahead and check out Patreon. Get stuff like Young Justice and other shows. I promise eventually throughout the life